Jacob Rendell suggested that I make a bread out of beans instead of flour. So I actually have some beans here. This looks like sauce, but it does contain quite a few beans. And these beans will be very useful later on. But unfortunately, I don't have any yeast, and I can't make bread by yeast because I exclusively eat leaven bread. So instead, I have here. I thought I'd make something different. I have here Merry Recipes Easy Victoria Sandwich. Now it says sandwich, but it's actually more of a cake really. It says 12. It says 12, and yeah. The reason why I printed it out is it lists the ingredients. See, 4 eggs, sugar, flour. Now flour is one thing we don't have, but we do actually have baking powder. I couldn't source any yeast, but I do have baking powder, and we have butter. So we're gonna make a sandwich out of this. But first thing we need to do is we need to with the beans. We need to use some of these beans. So we need to turn the beans into flour. So I have a little diagram I concocted. So we start with the beans. Pour the beans into the bowl. And I have a soup grinder somewhere. It's somewhere in this room. I have a soup grinder. We're going to grind the soup. We're going to lay it flat. We're going to dry it. And then we're going to turn it to flour. And then the flour, that right there is what we'll use to make our cake. So I'll start by pouring these beans into this bowl, because we'll need to I believe in this comment it's just I use the sauce as well, because the sauce is part of the beans. Actually, what I could do is I could maybe separate the two and then have one as the icing, but we'll see. So I'll be right back when I've got the rest of Mary Bean's ingredients for this recipe. We have a 20 bean. It's later. That's probably done. So what we have here is I basically turned the beans from a bean in tomato sauce to a bean sloop. As you can see, it's very sloopy. It's actually quite thick, which is good. That's exactly what we want. So we're going to turn these beans into bean flour, because the beans actually contain a lot of the same stuff as flour. They contain proteins and carbohydrates and fats, lipids. They have a colour. This one's coloured orange, as you can see, and it feels also good against your fingers. So the plan is I'm gonna put this on like a baking tray. We're gonna dry it out, and then we're just gonna have like bean flour at the end of it, which we can then add milk, water. Actually, I have milk, butter, and then sugar to it, and then we're gonna make ourselves a nice sort of cake thingy. So we'll be back very soon when we've done all that. So what we're gonna do? You get a spoon. And we're gonna spoon out some of this onto here. Get it nice and flat. Now, I don't know how much we'll actually really need, but I just want like a nice flat amount, because we're going to bake this in like a very low temperature for a while, and the idea is it'll dry it out, and then we'll have ourselves a bean flour. I'm sure this will work. I should remove some of the sauce really, because this isn't going to work. Anyway, yeah, I'll get back to you when this is done. I've also put some in this saucepan to you can see it's on, because this is gonna I've emptied that, and that's not gonna cut the mustard really, is whatever I've put in there. So we're gonna have to cheat it. All I want to do really is reduce the moisture so it becomes more flour-like. I don't think we're going to have it all the way dry, but we can at least try, and then what we'll do is I'll get back to you when I've demoistured some of his bean. Upon reading Jacob's comments again, I realised that he actually said drain the beans before doing anything. Then maybe making something out of the bean juice. I think this is better though. I actually prefer this concept because we're actually turning both the solids and the liquids from both solid and liquid states, a very heterogeneous form to a very homogeneous form. Such as flour. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm guessing this is going to turn out really good. So I'll come back when it's done, because this is thickening pretty well, I'd say. Yeah, we might need to. I'm thinking maybe one fewer egg. Like, we won't need as much egg with this because this is already quite a thick boy. So I'll catch you on the bye. Alright, I'm bothered waiting for this to boil. We're just going to pour this in here. This is flour, by the way. This is my flour substitute. Yeah, this is kind of it's what's this doing? Okay, it's done something. This has become a cake in itself, kind of, because it's been drying for 19 minutes. There should be enough time, and it's kind of. It's still a bit wet, but let's taste some of this slop. I think maybe if it's dried for longer, it would turn out quite well. But look at that, that's some thick sloop right there. That's pretty good. So we're going to add all this to the bowl, and then we'll add the cake ingredients. We'll probably let it cool first, because otherwise the eggs will curdle. That's an old chef's trick, by the way. So yeah, I'll catch you. I'll see you when this is in the bowl. Okay, so we have here our flour. We're going to add sugar. Don't know how much, but that much, I guess. Well, butter. It does say butter. It actually says baking powder as well. We're going to have baking powder. One thing it doesn't mention is milk. Now, I know that milk goes in cake because I've played RuneScape, and the first quest in RuneScape is you need to make you need to get milk, flour, and eggs to make cake. It's called like the cook's quest. So we're gonna add some milk, just that much, not a lot though, because we're gonna have butter and baking powder to it as well. Some baking powder here, especially bought. I couldn't get yeast, but I could get baking powder. So we'll just start by that much butter. I don't know how much. There we go. So I'm just going to put that in here. Don't know what to do next. We have to kind of mix this about. And then I don't have a baking tin, but I'm going to just make like a foil thingy to put all this in. So I'll let you know when this is done, and hopefully we'll have a nice cake mixture. So yeah, I'll catch you. I'll see you a bit later. Eggs. Nearly forgot eggs. There goes an egg. Stir that in. Add some more of this. Down you bastard. There you go. Add a bit more of this. Make sure it rises. You know, I don't know how much to add, but we'll add that much. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not got too many eggs because there's beans in this, and you don't need that many eggs when you have beans. Made a tiny bit more just to give it a fine chance to rise. Yeah, because the last bread I made didn't rise, although this is technically a cake. Oh, this looks like a cake mix. It has a similar consistency, so I'm pretty pleased. I'm just going to try a bit. Yeah, it tastes like beans, so we're going to pour this. That'll do. And yeah, this is a makeshift cake tin. It's going to rise, and we'll see what it does. So I'll be back in How long does this take, Mary Berry? 10 to 30 minutes. That's very vague. It's very vague, Mary Beans. But that's okay. I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, it's been it's not been that long, but it's been a long time. Let's get this cake out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, look at that. That's the beaniest cake I've ever made. So, what have they got here? We'll do the knife test of your product, and if it comes out clean, yeah, pretty much. Let's let this cool. I've learned from last time, you let them cool, and then you get better results. So, cake's out of the oven, we'll let it cool, and then we'll serve it with some with some beans, I guess, I don't know. Yeah. So here's a cake. Alright, the cake's just about cooled, so let's give this cake a bit of a slice. It's only a small cake it's turned out to be, because I don't have a big round pan, but I think we'll cut a slice out like how you do a pizza slice. You can cut straight through this. And just slowly assemble, like, I'm just going to do this. That's a piece of cake. It's a very moist cake. I don't know if you like a moist cake or not, but this is a very moist cake. So let's just grab a slice of this cake. You could serve this to the Queen. She'd probably eat it. It's you can taste the beans. You definitely taste the beans, and you can taste sort of a caramel taste, like with the from the sugar. The sugar in this and then the sugar you have there's you can taste that. It's okay. I mean, this is all going to church bake sale, so I don't really give a fuck if it tastes good or not. But yeah, I'll give this a 6 out of 10. It's got what you want from a cake taste. It's got the It's got the sweetness. It's got the je ne sais quoi, because I don't know. It's got the caramel burnt taste that you expect from a cake. It's got like a sickness to it, and generally you don't actually need that much. Like if you have just a fistful of it, just you do that and you're quite satisfied with it. So it's actually a very excellent gluten-free alternative to just a regular cake. Because regular cakes have too much volume. This one is all wet. So a wet cake is called a W cake or a bean cake. It's made out of beans, and it's okay. I quite like it, actually. It's very Moorish. Very Moorish cake. So, like I said, I'll give this a 6 out of 10. Bye.